Hi everyone, it is Fitz with your daily delivery. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing great. I hope you're doing better than the Big 12 preseason football media poll. It's dead. And that's what we're going to discuss today. The Big 12 has axed it. Done. Gone. Why? Because the media sucks at picks, right? That's the word on the street. Well, they were pretty bad last year, and I'm not putting myself in for good reason. First, I got to remind you to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Thank you so much. The comments really help us. So do hitting the thumbs up, all that stuff. Interact with videos is gold. Speaking of gold, and I think scarlet, crimson, maroon, whatever Arizona State's color is, they were picked last year and won the league. And BYU was really good and might have been the best team at one point in the league. Yeah, they were picked for 13th out of 16. And out of the top 5 teams in the preseason poll from the media, only Kansas State finished anywhere near that in the postseason standings. And you know what? I get it. First of all, any preseason poll is pure conjecture. But last year was something unique. And this is why I'm saying that the Big 12 completely overreacted. First, let me just say, I don't care that it's gone. I've never voted in it. I've always thought that my responsibility as a site publisher was to focus on my school the most. And I didn't feel it was a good idea for me to vote when I'm really not that informed on everyone else. Of course, that didn't stop a lot of other sports journalists, those attending the Big 12 media event, to go ahead and vote, even if they were wildly biased or wildly ignorant. There's a little lacking self-awareness in my business. But I never did it. And the irony is, I was going to do it this season because now with the Big 12 Insiders channel and my guy Brian Hanley, I feel like we're much more equipped to vote in these things. But the Big 12, Brett Yormark, doesn't forget. Last season was a disaster for the voters. It looked awful. But it also received a lot of attention and made it even more intriguing that Arizona State was so much better than everyone expected. Nobody, except for some homers probably, thought Arizona State would win the Big 12 after what they had been doing. No one. So I get why they're reluctant to trust the media with this poll, but also it was a new conference. A lot of the misses were on the new members or the recently new members. Most of the voters had never seen Arizona State play, and even the ones in the Pac-12 that had seen were not impressed. And another school that was ranked really high was Utah. We hadn't seen them play, but it was Utah. Did anyone expect Utah and Oklahoma State to totally tank? No. Then why blame the media for being wrong on those? There was no signs that Utah was going in the crapper, and they did. Oklahoma State, well, that was a whole load of cow manure what they put on the field last year. And apparently it's the Big 12's fault for thinking they were going to be good when they should have been good. Be done with it. I don't care. I got to tell you, 24/7 sports publishers who cover their teams are going to do a poll now. We're going to do our own poll. We're going to live on our own, and we're willing to be wrong. But here's a few truths about preseason polls. Number one, as I've mentioned, a lot of voters aren't really fully informed. They're just not. And I wish they had that self-awareness to say, no, I'm not going to vote because I'm not qualified to vote on the quality of other teams I don't cover. And two, the reality of my profession, of this profession, is there's a lot of homers now. And I don't mean people in my profession that are in the school site-specific coverage. We're part of that community. It's a kind of a dance between dealing with fans and trying to be a member of the media. It's not easy. But traditional media, maybe TV or newspaper, certainly newspaper, should rise above it. But I saw some stuff over the last few years, particularly in the last year from Texas, that every reporter from Austin wasn't a reporter. They were a fan. So the media has changed. The industry has altered. But I'm going to say this. If you do a coaches poll, I bet you they don't get it right either. Because it's a preseason poll. Nobody knows how good anyone will be. You gotta play the games. but you don't play the polls anymore because the Big 12 ended that poll. Sorry, media, you're too dumb to tolerate, according to the Big 12.